is so hot. It is so hot. It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I just had a shower and there was really no point because she's still dripping. Jessica, please tell us more about how sweaty and hot you are. That's really attractive. Okay. But ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like it's really hot. It's like 30 degrees every day. But it's not, I mean 30 degrees is hot in any temperature, but it's a different hot. It's just like really, the sun burns. The sun is just burning. But anyway, it's good for a tan. Priorities. Say no to skin cancer. Hi anyone. Hi anyone. Hi anyone. I just said hi anyone. I cannot speak English. What have I done? Okay, so last weekend, not the weekend that just passed, the weekend before, went to Genova, Monte Carlo and Portofino with ESEG. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Really, really cool trip. So much fun. Genova, we went to the largest aquarium in Europe, which was really cool. Beautiful, lots of beautiful sea creatures, unlike the aquarium back home, so it was nice to see some different exotic animals and stuff. I don't know, I think maybe because there were too many people, but the layout of it and everything is it's very touristy, and I suppose that's a little bit like what my home city is like. I mean, there's so many people there constantly visiting the main attractions, so you don't kind of notice it as much because I guess you live there, so it's just, it's normal. But it was very touristy and people are just trying to take photos, which is what I was doing too. I would try and get a great photo of something, but it's a shame because you're trying to look, you know, at the glass to look at these creatures, and you can't because people have got their cameras there and everything. But anyway, it was a really good experience. It was really very peaceful and relaxing, and I really liked it. Actually, funny thing that happened at the aquarium was that we went with ESEG, so there was a group of people, and two of the boys that we've met here from Griffith were there too, and they're hilarious. So one of them is very friendly and people tend to talk to him. So there are a lot of people on the streets that try and sell you things, and they try and get you to buy stuff, which you don't ever do, except for when I show you something later. But yeah, so they try and get you to buy jewelry and stuff, and this African came up to us and he said that he was from Kenya or something. Actually, he didn't even come up to me. He went up to Chris and Christina and he was talking to them, and he was like, is she your wife or something? I don't know, I didn't hear the beginning of the conversation. He was like, no, she's not my wife, you know. Oh no, he said that she was his wife or something. I don't know. They were having him on, basically, teasing him a little bit. So he put stuff on them. He put these little strings on them and he tied them up. And then I came out and I was like, what are you guys doing? I was like, no, don't buy anything. And then he goes, who are you? And Christina goes, no, this is Chris's wife. This girl here, that's his wife. And so he looks at me and he goes, okay, I give it to you. Gratis, which means free. And I was like, all right, put it on me for free. So he puts this little thing on me, if you can see it. It's just like a rainbow string. And he ties it on me, and then he looks at me and Chris and he goes, I'm going to bless you for your marriage, wish you lots of love and good fortune. And I was like, ah, thanks. We're just having him on. And so he says this thing in African and he's like, nah, blah, blah, blah. And then he blows on it. He's like, Sophia blows. So I was like, okay. So I blew on it, then Chris blew on it, then every other person that was present as witness blew on it. And I was like, oh God, I bet you he's like cursing me or something because he's like wishing me luck in love. Probably is cursed. I don't know why I kept it on actually after that. I haven't taken it off for a week. Maybe I should take it off. I don't know. I'm kind of scared now. Maybe it is cursed. How would you know if it's cursed though? And then he put one on Christina and he was like, you're gonna find someone starting with D. No, Davide. He actually said the name. He was like, you're gonna marry someone with Davide. Wish you all the luck with Davide. And she was like, okay, thank you. Chris cut his off. Now I'm really concerned that I should cut mine off. I don't know what to do. What if I never find love again? How will I know if I don't though? Maybe the minute that I cut it off, something will happen. Something magical will happen. Maybe it's not cursed and maybe it will help me. But I'm gonna cut it. It's kind of irritating me anyway. Oh god, it's not coming off. Nah! I'm just kidding. I'm not funny at all. God, I need some entertainment in my life. I cut it. This is it. I got rid of it. Sorry Chris, if you're watching that. Guess we're not married anymore. Shame. Sorry about that. But yeah, that was interesting. That was fun. Thank you for doing that with me. And I'm sorry if I scared you. I need help. And then that night we went out to a club that was on the beach. So cool. Really, really cool. I really liked that. And it was so warm and it was a really good atmosphere. And it was for people, apparently it was an over 30s club or something. So people who were like in their 60s were literally jamming to dance music. I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was pretty quirky. It's kind of weird when they come up to you and they're like, let's dance. And you're like, oh, no thanks, Grandpa. Move along. But yeah, no, it was really fun. Next I went to Monte Carlo. I would live in Monte Carlo. I think that I would do really well in Monte Carlo. It's very clean, it's very colourful, it's very pretty. There are some really attractive policemen everywhere. They speak French. It's just a win-win. It's a win-win society. It's full of Lamborghinis and private yachts, and apparently locals aren't allowed to go in the casino, only tourists are. And we missed out on going to the casino because we got sidetracked along the way and got a panino, food always, and then we lost the ESEG group and we didn't know where they went and we didn't know how to get into the casino, and then we realised it was 2:30 and we had to go back and meet at the bus, so we walked back, and then it ended up being that the bus wasn't there, so that was a joke. We ended up waiting like 2 hours just waiting for it. We could have gone to the casino. But anyway, that's fine. Monte Carlo itself is just really gorgeous. It's really funny because once you walk up the hill, there's this really beautiful cathedral, and I was like, wow, that's so pretty, and I was just taking photos of it. And then I saw a picture of Grace Kelly, just like Grace Kelly's face is everywhere. And then I saw a picture of Grace Kelly just to the left of me, and I was like, wait a minute. And she was in her wedding dress, and I was like, Christina. She's like, what? And I'm like, this is the cathedral where she got married. And then one of the ESEG leaders was like, and she's also buried here. And I was like, oh my god, somebody please catch me please. I love Grace Kelly. I love everything classical. Classic Hollywood is my favorite era. So I got so excited. I cried when I walked into the cathedral. I cried. And then standard Jessica. And then we walked around to see the tombs and the graves of all the royals that have been buried there. Anyway, so they've got all these, you know, they're all around the altar. And then it came up to some with flowers on them, and I was like, that's Grace Kelly. And that's Prince Rainier. And I was like, oh, I feel really bad taking a photo. Snap, snap, snap. I felt really disrespectful, but I thought, when am I going to be there again? I just want to capture the moment. I got a problem. But yeah, that was one of my favorite. That was one of the highlights of the trip. And we went to look at the view. We went to a couple of spots to look at the view, and it's just gorgeous. We checked out all these yachts. One of them was called Lady Nag Nag. These yachts are like houses. They have dining tables on the rooftop. There's jacuzzis. I was like, great, cool. So in 40 years time we'll come back and we'll be on my yacht. 20 years. Let's give us 20 years for that. But yeah, it was really pretty. It was really lovely. What else did we do? Oh, and then that night we went back to Genova and we had a traditional Genovese feast. That was really fun. The ESEG group is always a lot of fun. And then the next morning we went to Portofino and we went to Santa Margherita, and then we walked to Portofino, which was the longest walk. And it's so lovely. We just lay in the sun. We had a really nice lunch. We had a gelato. It's just really, they're really, really relaxing trips. I really like them. Yeah, lots of fun. Really good fun. What else has been going on? Gosh, I don't even know. I finished my last assignment for my university back home. So summer has officially started. My mum comes here in like 13 days. I'm so excited. I could cry. I could cry right now. I won't, but I could. Very, very excited to start summer travels. We're going everywhere. What else is new? I don't know what else. I don't know what else I can tell you. I'm just trying to get prepared, I think, for my big summer travel So tying a lot of loose ends, getting a lot of stuff done. We're trying to look for a travel sim that you can get that is okay to use around Europe, because I would like to use the internet and texting and credit, you know, if I need to make a call or something. And nobody, you think Europe would have a Europe sim that you can use? I'm sure people in every European country just go and travel to other European countries and they don't have a SIM card. It's ridiculous. When we went to Monte Carlo, everything just switched off. And I was like, what? Well, I can't use anything? And I didn't think of that before I'd entered Monte Carlo. So all these people had messaged me and I was like, I'll reply from Monte Carlo. And then that night I was like, sorry, internet and everything switched off. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do, is invent a sim for the entire Europe continent. We'll see how that goes. What was I doing? God, I usually write this stuff down so I don't remember, so I don't forget. Oh, we went to our neighbours. We have 2 Brazilians and 2 Italians that live next to us, and then they always have their Italian friends that go over. And we always see them. They're really lovely guys, and they'll knock on our door. I've mentioned them in my vlogs before. They'll knock on our door and ask for an egg or some salt or some oil. And so we always see them up and down the elevator, and they're always really polite to us and really lovely guys. And they invited us over for dinner, and dinner was at 10, so that was interesting. But when we got there, they were like pulling apart these octopuses. Octopuses. Well, that doesn't sound right. Octopuses. Yeah, that was definitely wrong. The latter was not the right one. Octopi, I think. I don't know. Anyway, God, I make myself seem really intelligent in these videos, don't I? But yeah, so they were like pulling them apart and taking stuff off. I could not believe how they were doing it. They're from the south, the boys that were cooking. And the south, you know, southerners know their food and their seafood. So they were doing that, and we were like, wow, ink's going everywhere. They didn't care, they weren't fazed by it. I was thinking to myself, I could not imagine seeing Australian guys just tearing apart an octopus, unless they had to, like, unless it was their job or something. Good on them. Anyway, yeah, so they were doing that, and then they made pasta with sugo and put the octopus in it, parsley. And then they fried calamari. They really outdid themselves. And we brought over desserts. They were like, bring an Australian dessert. Play us Australian music. And we were like, we don't have any Australian music, not worthy of playing, but like, I don't know. I find that when we go on trips and stuff, there are a lot of Brazilians and Spanish and French and German, and they have songs that are sort of common and people sort of know what they are, and you can sort of sing along to them because you know that Spanish song is so good. Like Ricky Martin's Living the Vida Loca, for example. Like, that's just a standard Spanish song that people know. We were like, we don't know any Australian songs. Like, what, Jimmy Barnes? John Farnham? I realised later that we probably should play John Farnham, You're the Voice. But it's not really a song that Europeans would like, I don't think. They'd probably be like, okay, like they're really into the dance music and we don't have any Australian. The Potbellies! Oh my gosh, I feel so good. I kept saying to Christine, I was like, what's that band in Australia that plays, you know, dance music? And she was like, what? I don't know. Potbellies. Yeah, but even so, I wouldn't have played them. No offense. But yeah, so then they asked us to bring an Australian dessert. We were like, number 1, we didn't have time to make one. But number 2, what are we going to bring? Pavlova? Probably, but it doesn't seem like a dish. I don't know. It's weird. So we brought some Italian cakes instead, which we smashed. So everyone was happy in the end. And that's about it, really. That's all that's happened in the week. I can't think of anything else. We're going to the beach on Thursday with Christina. We're going to Cattolica, and we're very excited because we got a hotel that's literally on the water. So we're just going to prenda the sole and just really get some great tanning going on. But yeah, hope you're all well. I heard it's really cold in Sydney, so rag up, have some hot chocolate while I swelter in the heat and melt. It's just ridiculous. I lost my remote as well for this thing, for this camera, so I can't do my standard loserish thing. I'm gonna have to do it manually. Ooh. I also just remembered that I forgot to mention that I mentioned before how I said that you don't ever buy anything from people on the streets except for something that I already bought. So this guy was like selling us stuff and I looked at it and I was like, I want that. What is that? It's a banana lighter. Ow. But yeah. Have I already showed everyone? No, I don't think I've mentioned it. But yeah, it's a banana lighter, which I thought was pretty cool. Maybe I have mentioned it. Who knows? I don't know anymore. If I have, just pretend like I haven't and be surprised. Wow, banana lighter. But yeah, the reason why I have it is because we have candles in my room and stuff. I don't smoke, but I have candles and stuff in my room and it's nice to just be able to light them when I want. Great story, Jess. Okay.